Damn, son.
Hey guys, Dacia Denise here. Today I want to talk about racism within the Goth community and also outside of the Goth community. Now, this is going to be a challenging video for me because, first of all, I don't like talking about racism. Despite what many people believe about black folks playing the race card, I don't like talking about race. And I'm not the only black person or person of color who doesn't like talking about race. I will talk about race among certain people. In other words, you have to be vetted. There's been videos and commentary just pretty much saying there's no place for racism within the Gothic community, and they are correct. However, not only am I a Goth of color, but I'm also an elder, and I think I may have just a few tips for some of you younger Goths, especially when dealing with racism or any type of bigotry. First, let me state how I feel about bigots. I don't like bigots at all. While I always felt this way, there's been years that I've tried to be reasonable and understanding and patient. I was brought up in a household that just said, yeah, racism is wrong. Don't worry about it. Just remember it's about them and it's not about you. And that's okay advice, but it didn't really help me because what happens is you're nice and you're patient and that doesn't do a damn thing. Look, if you're a bigot, you have every right to your opinions and to your feelings. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's low down. But the reality is, you do have a right to your feelings. Here's the sitch, though. There are plenty of bigots out there who don't leave you alone. That's where I have my issue. It's bad enough you feel the way you feel about people you don't even know based on appearance, but to go in their space or their page or their channel or their house, wherever, and bring up that racist foolishness, no, I don't allow it. So that's the thing. I leave bigots alone. You tell me you're a bigot or you're a homophobe or whatever, I think it's stupid. I think it's wrong. But yeah, leave me alone. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing. However, nothing brings a bigot closer to orgasm than to see their target humiliated or sad or upset, and I'm not giving them the satisfaction, and neither should you. You are not obligated to talk to a bigot. You are not obligated to spend any time with a bigot. You are not obligated to waste your emotional energy on someone who doesn't even think you're a human being. You are not obligated. And sometimes you cannot get away from a bigot. They are everywhere. When someone says something bigoted to me, I look at them like the low grade they are and walk away. If you're entitled to your opinion, so am I. If you're allowed to think less of me because of how I was born, I'm certainly allowed to think the same of you for having these fucked up opinions and thoughts. Because you choose those opinions. I don't choose my skin color, but you do choose your beliefs. So to my fellow Goths, if you are dealing with bigotry, you have my condolences, you have my support, and I am there for you. It is wrong. I think bigots are some of the lowest people on the planet. I have zero respect for them. I will not hurt anybody. I would not put my hands on anybody. And I won't go into your face. But when you come to my house and when you come to my space, I'll let you have it. Or I will just block and delete you. Dear Goths, regardless of your age, regardless if you're dealing with a bigot or not, do not let anyone steal your joy. No one. The quote I had at the beginning of the video, I go by that to this day. My mom was mistreated as a child, and when she had my sister and I, she was very clear. I did not bring you girls into this world to be mistreated. I agree with her, and I live by that. And I think you should live by that too. You have value. You're a human being. Under the makeup and the clothing and weird hair, you're a human being. You are more than entitled to be treated as such. If you listen to goth music and you define yourself as a goth, you're a goth. It's a music subculture. Don't let these elitists and bigots tell you, oh, black people shouldn't be goth. Oh, well, you know, you don't really look goth. You don't have the right clothes. You don't know this band from some year, blah, blah, blah. Ignore them. If someone came up to me and said, you're not black, and I've had that happen to me in my life, the whole acting white, sounding white thing, whatever. If someone came up to me now and says, oh, you're not black, like, there's no response because they're obviously wrong. It's the same with goth. Again, this has been on my mind because I'm seeing videos and just hearing and reading comments about the elitism and the bigotry goths are going through, particularly baby bats who are just starting out in this subculture. If you come across one of those assholes, ignore them. Really, ignore them. They are not worth your time. If you're at a goth club and some Nimrod tells you, oh, you're not really goth. Like, I listen to goth music. The end. The end. Or you could question them. I listen to goth music, why aren't I goth? And whatever reason they give you outside the music, you know it's bullshit. Or you don't have to respond at all. I like to give them a good dressing down and turn my back on them because you are wasting my time. I am not going to waste it on people who don't think I'm anything. They're flat out wrong. There's no use arguing them. There's no use having a conversation with them because not only are they willfully ignorant, they're arrogant on top of that. That's a winning combination right there. That's another one of my favorite sayings. People who mind don't matter. People who don't mind matter. And it helps to remember that you're going to come across so many people, even more people than you have already, and you're always going to have some idiot tell you, you can't dress a certain way. You shouldn't do this because of your color of your skin. You shouldn't do that because of your gender. And it's just hogwash. I'm telling you. Don't wait years and decades like I did to finally realize that I am giving so much power to these idiots. It took me so many years to realize that. My mom, people older than me say, you can't let them have power. You're giving them power when you react to them. Just ignore them. I did not want to hear that. What I wanted to hear was, hey, how about they stop being an asshole? Where's that piece of advice? I would like to hear that for a change. So I was not feeling the whole, just ignore them and everything will be okay. Even though they were right. Ignoring people, that advice is easier said than done. Believe me. I wasted so many years and gave so much of my power to people who don't even matter. Especially if I didn't even know them, I would never see them again. Why am I letting these folks upset me so much? So now they don't upset me, usually. I'll keep it real. Sometimes I do get upset. Like, oh, I can't believe there's so much ignorance in the world. But you have to let it go. Figure out what you will tolerate and what you won't. For me, I will not tolerate disrespect at all. If you hate me or you have a problem with me, if it's based on what I said or something I did, at least I have a chance to rectify it if I was indeed wrong and, I did fuck up. But getting mad at me for what my parents did, have sex and have 2 baby girls, what do you want me to do about that? Nothing. You need to get over it. How about that? When it comes to bigots, you don't have to play nice. You don't. As long as you don't put your hands on anybody or resort to violence, as far as I'm concerned, you don't owe bigots niceties. You don't owe them kindness. None of that. See, I grew up in a Christian household. I was like, oh, God will take care of them. Don't you worry. And we need to take the high road and we have to love our enemies. I am not a Christian anymore, okay? That loving your enemy stuff, I can't do it. I can't do it. If it worked, that'd be one thing, but it doesn't work. It's such a waste of time. This is my message. You are a goth. Own it. Don't let anybody tell you you're not a goth. You listen to the music, boom, that's it. That's all you need. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Don't let anyone steal your happiness. If you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anybody else, I really don't see what the problem is. This is a subculture. This is not life or death. We are not at war here. So own your gothiness. Don't let anyone tell you you don't belong here. Because that's a lie. They're full of it. You will have racists everywhere. That is the downside of dealing with other human beings. Some people are just idiots. That's just the way it is. My mom has worked with racist doctors. I've had racist teachers as a child. Does that mean you shouldn't go into the medical profession? Or the teaching profession? Of course not. That's silly. It's the same with goth. We may not be able to eliminate racism from our subculture, but we can keep it down to a minimum. That's what we need to strive for. And that's what I strive for all the time. I've gotten racist comments from white people. This is a white subculture. No, it's not. No, it's not. It really isn't. And I've got shit from black people that I'm trying to be white and that I'm doing evil stuff. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what their gender is. I don't care. If you're a bigot, you mean nothing to me. I have no tolerance for bigots. The well of patience has run dry. So that's it for this video, lovelies. I just wanted to put the message out there. As someone who's older, it gets better. Really, the fucks you give really do go down. I didn't think it would. I'm highly sensitive and things bother me. But you know what? You don't like me because I'm black. They ain't nothing I can do about it, and that's your problem. That is not my problem. Embrace who you are. If you have something about you that you don't like, work to change it. If you have something that you do like and no one else likes, you're not hurting anybody, do it. Fuck them. One of the things that attracted me to this subculture was its openness. They're racist, but they were shut down immediately. People weren't having it, and that made it so much better that I wasn't in it alone. That's it for my ramblings, Darklings. I just wanted to get that off my chest and just give you an encouraging word. Welcome to the subculture. Stick around. Ignore the elitists and the assholes. They really are in the minority. The vast majority of goths really are pleasant and open-minded and are happy to meet new people of the subculture, and that includes me as well. That's it for another video. TTFN, love and shimmies. Take care.